Hello. I'm always it seems a couple minutes late. Hopefully not shiny tonight. Welcome to Canada with Katy. I'm gonna roll the intro, and we're gonna talk about some things. And I've talked about ghosting before. It's not quite the same thing, but kind of. I mean, it's in there, okay? But yeah. Why does it happen? Some reasons, and maybe some things we can do about it, or how we can feel about it. All right. Bye. See you in a second. Boom! Let's do this. Okay, I haven't been making new little screens in the background lately. Canada with Katy. Hello, Denise. It's nice to see you. I love how much you've been cross-country skiing. I think you're getting ready for Norway, but not for the summer. Okay, so today, this is what we're talking about. Why can't peeps just tell you they aren't interested? This goes with business, friendship, dating. It's weird. It's weird. And so today, I was thinking about this because so I'm a real estate agent, you know that. So I'm reaching out to people, and these people have expressed interest on my site, like, hey, yeah, I'm possibly would like to buy a home or sell a home or whatever. And I reach out and I reach out and I reach out and I reach out, and just today, as a matter of fact, a lot of the messages I'll send once I reach out a bunch of times, like, if you don't want to buy it, that's fine with me. It is your life. You get to live it. You get to buy when you want to buy. I'm not gonna live in your house. So you need to feel comfortable with that. But it's just a heck of a lot easier. Even if you're like, hey, I'm not buying for 8 years, I'll still be around, So even when I tell me, one of the following: 1, I'm not interested in looking anymore. 2, I'm interested, but I'm going to wait a little while, in which I would check in every few months or so. And then 3, yes, I'm totally interested. I'd love your help. I don't get a response to that. I think it's weird. Oh, there's a couple things I needed to do. Hang on one second. Let me copy and paste something, because I want to go look over this website with you when we're done. Okay, see if that goes. Okay. Yeah, okay. So here's the deal. Here's some reasons why they might feel uncomfortable or unsure about how to express their feelings. Okay. Now, part of that could be the person that they don't want to respond to. Maybe they're very aggressive. Maybe they say things that are inappropriate or mean or disrespectful, or, disrespectful is a word I think we toss around too much, but maybe they're uncomfortable because they don't like the way that this other person responds. So there could be something to that. Okay. So in the largest respect, I'm talking about people that just don't respond. Okay. That might fear confrontation, which is exactly what I was saying. That makes sense, right? They may lack the communication skills to have an open conversation about their feelings, which is exactly what I was just saying. I think we need more classes, more lessons on how to communicate with each other, and how to... Saying no is okay. Saying no is completely and totally 1000% okay. They might be trying to figure out how they feel about you. That could be in anything. That would go along with dating, I would say, a little bit more. And interestingly enough, I just got this from Google, like AI stuff. Okay. They might be afraid of getting hurt or rejected. That makes sense. Okay. But in business, no, I'm actually reaching out to you to help you. They might be playing games. Yep. By the way, I found this really funny wiki how to reject someone. So I might do that next week or something. They might feel guilty about saying no. This was me for a really long time. And then I used to just explain everything, I can't, because I have this, and this to do. But you can just say no. You can just say no. You don't have to feel guilty about it. And if the other person is angry about that, that's on them, not you. Does that make sense? In business, okay, so potential buyers, for instance, this is why they might reject me or any other agent, okay? Not in the mood. Buyers may be overwhelmed, drained, or not in the mood to chat with salespeople. And I get it, because I talked with someone today and they're like, Okay, yada yada. How does that sound? I'm like, sounds like a sales pitch. So I learned to recognize, the language. It's not the way I talk to people. I have a very simple, easy way, non-intrusive way of talking to people, but I get it. So because there are some salespeople I have talked to that I'm trying to be nice. I don't want to hang up on them, and they just continue to go and go. They don't let you say no, and so that might be why. And so, like, in my respect, I don't worry about it, right? Like, it's just not me, it's them. Not interested. That's a really big one. Preoccupied. Maybe they have other responsibilities. Maybe they've got 8 kids. Maybe they've got a class to teach. Maybe they're taking a class. Maybe they're going to the gym. Whatever else. Okay. Not enough energy. The receiver may not have the energy or mental space to engage in conversations at certain times. So the post that I put up earlier today, where I was like, those of you that had the talks too much on their report cards, what do you do for a living? It kind of goes with that, right? So I talk on the phone all day, and I do this kind of with Katy on Tuesdays, but it's kind of one-sided conversation unless people are putting something in the comments. But like, I have friends that are like, hey, it just depends, right? Like, if I'm in the mood, let's catch up. I'm like, no, I've been on the phone all day. I've been doing this all day. I've also faced some rejection all day. So I'm just like, I just kind of want to veg, Interestingly enough, since my parents are here, we just had dinner already. I'm already done with dinner at 6:00, you guys. What? All right. So preoccupied or, not enough energy. I already said that. Text anxiety, not like test anxiety. The receiver may be taking time to process the message and come up with a response. So that doesn't mean they're coming up with an excuse. It's just maybe they don't know how to say, yeah, I do want to buy, but I don't want to buy now. Or, yes, I would like to purchase that car's extended warranty, but I still have 26,000 miles to go, so I'm going to wait. whatever that may be. Okay. So not new. The receiver may ignore the message because it's not new or exciting. So as far as real estate goes, maybe they just want a new build, and these houses, they're like, I'm not interested. Okay. Technology factors. The receiver may be affected by technology factors, such as their device and messaging app. Maybe they don't know how to use it. Maybe they don't get notifications. Maybe they're just sick of it. Maybe they just don't want to be on it. Who knows? Okay, so they want to avoid conflict. The receiver may choose to ignore calls or texts instead of telling someone they aren't interested, because it's emotionally easier and safer to avoid than confront. And so that's actually, I understand that. It's emotionally easier. I don't know what I'm thinking here. Like, I just don't know. It would be nice if the receiver would think about the other person when they're not in a space where they think that they're going to get yelled at or it's an uncomfortable situation. But it's like, how would I feel if I was continuously reaching out to someone and they didn't respond back to me? The problem with that is not everybody can put the shoe on the other foot or put themselves in their shoes, right? So it's kind of an issue. Okay, so what about dating? What about dating? All right, so I have this. I'm going to share this with you. And this happens. So it's like ghosting, okay? So I'm going to share the screen. Okay, hang on. All right, so this is from Reddit, or no, not Reddit, Quora. Okay. So it says, so this guy right here, as a man who's never been considered overly attractive, this was a common theme, because the basic thing was, why is it so common on Tinder for people to never reply back to you? And so this guy says this, and then everyone swipes right, forget looking at pictures or reading profiles. This means you get to match with a lot of people who have paid very little attention to who you are. So that's one of the things, right? Can you see this? Yeah, you can, right? Okay. I'll move myself down here. Okay. There are also people who do this purely for the satisfaction of sheer amount of people matched, kind of like equivalent, getting a sense of validation from the number of potential matches. That sounds strange to me, but it's a deal. Long story short, Tinder is a place where people mostly don't care to actually filter through people they like. And once confronted with their own lack of choice, they just disappear, not to have to deal with the aftermath. That is, unless you're a model, in which case, no matter what you say or how you get replies. Thank you for your time. And there was somebody else on here. I can't find it now, but basically they just said, just let it go. Just let it go, because it really has nothing to do with you, you know? Here's my biggest thing. Here's my biggest takeaway from all this, okay? Whether you like it or not, it happens. So how should you look at it? Just let it go. Especially if you don't know the other person, because it really isn't a dig on you, right? So I was thinking about this with business, let's say, and sometimes people are without not saying anything, they're just really rude, or they cuss me out or call me names or whatever, and I'm just like, wow. And it was like really hard to deal with at first, but then I realized these people don't know me. I don't know them. They're not really replying to me. They're just whatever. So just let it go, right? And then consider yourself lucky that you don't have to deal with someone who cannot communicate. So if they're not responding to you, you, my friend, are not worth. They are not worth your time. Sorry, they are not worth your time. If they will not communicate with you, it's not worth it. Let it go. It sucks if it's a really big situation where you're very hurt, but it's just it's the part of the process of growing and learning, right? So understand that there's nothing you can do. You can ask and ask and ask, and if they don't respond to you, it's just not you. So, you know, ultimately in business, there'll be a time where I'll just say, okay, that's it. I'm not going to contact them anymore. And then maybe I set a reminder or something to look in 3 months or 6 months and just see if they've been active or whatever. But I just got to let it go. And it's not the end of the world. But I just would like people on the other side. It's my final thoughts, right? Final thoughts. Try and put yourself in other people's shoes. Respond just to be kind, right? For work stuff, I usually cap a follow-up at 3 attempts. Yeah, Summer, that makes sense. In real estate, it's funny because like sometimes 6 months later, they'll be like, okay, I'm ready. And so it's weird, you know? So I don't go out of my way too much, but yeah, I really like that. It makes sense. So I kind of lost my train of thought, I think. Okay. So if you're on that end and someone has texted you a few times, called you, left you a message, emailed you, whatever, just respond. Just say, no, thank you. You know, I'm not looking at this time, but I appreciate you and good luck to you. You know, whatever it is. Okay. And just remember, you guys, the journey begins with you. So be good to yourself. And the Horgan loves you. I will see you next week.